When you write from a hat. What hat are you wearing when you write? And at the same time, you wonder, who am I writing for? And what's their hat? What hat are they wearing? Are they wearing the shopping hat? They want to go buy something? Are they wearing the hat that says, I want to solve a problem? I've got my hard hat on. We call the description of the person that you're writing to a persona. The idea comes from Alan Cooper when he was a developer or leading a bunch of developers at Microsoft. He wrote a book, The Inmates Are Running the Asylum. And in there, he came up with the idea of a persona as a picture of the target audience for a particular piece of software. And we use it from a different angle, which is the person who wants our content. What do they like? And the key thing in a persona, which is a formal description of that person, is the goal. What goal is that person after? What's the task they're trying to solve, or do? What problem are they solving? What opportunity do they want to seize? And we need to crystallize that goal and then sketch out a person who wants that thing. We add fictional details like the type of car they drive, the daily routine, even a picture of what they look like. But the key thing in the persona is, what are they after? What do they want? What's their desire? What's their goal? That's the person we're writing to. And in order to respond to that person or that persona that we've built, we put on hats ourselves like this. Now, this one is because I live in New Mexico and the sun is very hot, so it's good to have a hat, even in the winter. But I could choose a different hat to talk to you. For instance, the persona I have of you is, you're a writer, you want to do a better job writing for the web. You want to write well for the web. And okay, so what's my persona in relation to your persona? Well, for instance, I could put on a different hat. I could act like the artist. I used to be a conceptual artist. I used to be in New York. I would put on shows where I would do things, public art. For instance, here's a picture of my I Ching on the West Side Highway, where I painted all 64 hexagrams of the I Ching on the West Side Highway. In the gallery, all you saw was pictures. So you can tell I'm coming from a different point of view. I'm not just a technical writer, although I've been that a lot. But I'm also thinking visually, how can you conceive of or imagine the audience that you're talking to? Now, a lot of my work has been as a writer, coming into companies and solving problems. The boss is upset, the writers aren't doing a good job, customer satisfaction is down. So I come in and I'm to put out the fires. I'm the crisis solver. So I have done that in companies throughout the high-tech business, from A to Z. I've worked with writers at every company, and I've coached writers and I've coached managers on how to deal with writers. So I am a writer, and part of what I'm thinking is my job is to share with you secrets that I've learned over time, and that there's a certain solidarity between writers as we all get out of problems. Now, I could also wear my hat, my New Mexico hat. That's real turquoise on there. And that's because I live in New Mexico and I have a yard with a good crop of tumbleweeds in the back. And we're surrounded with cottonwoods, and I live next to the Rio Grande. Is that information important or crucial? No. It's mildly interesting, I assume. You get some better picture of who I am. But as a persona, that's less important than my role as a writer. And because I'm talking to you as a writer, as someone who's like you, struggling to put meaning into words that communicate to other people. So, what I'm saying is you have to consider two personas. Your own persona is one that I'm urging you to move out of the corporate and collegiate picture. In corporations, people tend to think, I must be neutral, I must not offend anyone, I have to say in general what we think, a committee writes the prose, it's really boring. In school, you've also been trained to have a persona of, I'm an authority, I'm thinking subtly with complexity and sensitivity to the many qualifications. Don't use that on the web. A better persona is you. Something that grows out of your own real life, that grows out of your own feelings, that reaches out to the other person, that represented by the persona. So the question is, how real can you get? How honest can you be? How much can you, how do you shade privacy? How much do you want to keep secret? How much do you want to reveal? You're developing a relationship, a conversation between you and the other person. Or we could say between your persona and their persona. The question is, who are you in this relationship and how does that show up in your style? The French used to say, le style c'est l'homme. That is, the style is the man. But in this case, you have many hats you wear, and you have many choices as to your persona in reaction to the persona of the person that you're talking to, the person who has a particular goal and for whom you are serving, you are helping in some way toward that goal. And so the question is, which hat is going to fit you best in this particular conversation as you talk to that particular person?